Hi, I'm Dr. Derenda Edmondson. I'm a licensed mental health counselor in the state of Florida. I've been a counseling psychologist for over 30 years. Join us in Beneath It All in the African American Community Series. Series is important to me because this is a great project that's going to provide meaning to individuals in terms of understanding that for most of our history, there has been cultural disparities in the healthcare treatment, in particular to African Americans. So it's important because for a long time, our society has paid little attention to the cultural mistrust of African Americans. And this series is going to bringing together a group of individuals with a wealth of knowledge that's really going to be instrumental in helping to bridge the gap, provide a greater understanding, and advocate to kind of increase awareness and to help to make the change. You know, my particular contribution to this series for me is also important because I've learned so much through just being on board with this series and having to do the research that I had no knowledge of as well. This series, again, sheds light going all the way back to history. It allowed me to have to go in and do research. It allowed me to find out that medical experimentation that was conducted on African Americans was horrible. By this series, having me contribute in part of, especially the historical point of it, and I had to go and from all the way back to a starting point. It shed so much light on why African Americans may mistrust medical society. And let me tell you, most of what we know about medical experimentation started with the Tuskegee, but that's not where it really started. It goes all the way back, and it's important through this series that we promote the correct information, that we help people understand, even though they tend to think that we have all this stigma and biases against mental illness. African Americans need treatment just as well as any other culture. And this series is going to help to promote that kind of information. I hope that the viewers understand that this series is an important topic to bring together a group of people to help promote awareness, help them to gain insight that can evidently or hopefully lead to change. As a professional, it is important to understand that we confront discrimination and have confronted discrimination for a long time. I think this series, no, I don't think, I believe this series will help rewrite the misconceptions regarding African American and mental health treatment. Many people are unaware of the number of, again, as I stated earlier, the number of experiments that were out there that was performed on African Americans, just horrific. I'm hoping people gain a better understanding from a historical context that maybe some of the cultural beliefs that were spread throughout historical events could be possibly the stigmas that started, the reasons that people started with being afraid to seek out treatment. And I'm hoping that this series helped to promote, again, change, prepare individuals to understand that there's hope, mental health does exist, and that treatment does exist. I want the viewers to understand that it's been a lot of hard work put together on this series by a group of individuals, and how passionate that everyone that is participating in this series is about in terms of treatment and helping people of color. We share the same physical, emotional, and psychological distress, sadness, depression as any other group. But despite this, we're less likely to be included in research. We're less likely to seek out mental health treatment. And we're less likely to get help with our mental health. So I'm hoping with this series, we're there to help promote change. Again, we have a great group of people that are participating, and we're all passionate about it. And this is going to be a very enlightening, important series. It's going to give a lot of information. I want people to stay aware of the information and stay tuned with the series.
If you're a professional who would like to be on the show, or an individual who has struggled with mental health and would like to be a guest, email us at info@intake.tv.
Follow us on all of our social media platforms.
Intake Talk Show, making mental health a priority by changing the way the world views it. To learn more about Intake or one of our guests, visit our website at intake.tv.